Okay, so just drove about 1,300 kilometers to Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories, and drove another about 50 here, and I'm gonna try out a new Packraft and explore the Cameron River, it's called. Got a few mosquitoes here, supposed to be lots of bears in the area, but more worried about the bugs at this point. The Cameron River is pretty much pool drop, but there is a few really nice falls along the way, so we're going to check them out. Maybe we can run some of them. Coming up on our first waterfall here. We call this the Cameron River Ramparts. Probably should not go too far over that one way. Hoping to try to run this. The top part looks good. Not too sure about this corner here. Right there. Down in that little hole. Around there. I'm gonna take a better look. After much deliberation, we're going to call this one Portage. Looks like it would almost go. Water level's a bit too low right now. Higher it might work. It depends how that one flushes. Bottom here. This wasn't the right location to have a wreck. Promised my wife, yeah, be careful. I gotta work flying out to the Arctic again here Monday, so not a good time to have an incident. Pretty calm and clear. These mosquitoes basically haven't found me yet. That's good. Gotta keep paddling. I'm gonna make it to my next waterfalls before dark. Kinda wanna camp there just because it's a cool place. But it's about 10 kilometers from here. down to a certain depth. This way, hopefully goes down to our campus spot. She's fast. Self-bailer is nice. So then, once you get here, open that up, slitter, new dry bags from Kokopelli, awesome. Easy to get, you can tie them down. Alright, not a bad campsite if I do have to say so myself. Finally got away from the mosquitoes. Yeah, looking forward to get a little rest before continuing paddling some more. Look like the baby in this hammock. So much better to stop the hammock, so it's nice to pretty great. I like sleeping by the river through a waterfall just because you don't hear every twig snapping or whatever. I think it's a bear. There's bears here, but yeah, I'm off the main game trail, so that helps a lot. Quick look at my gear before I take it down. That's a Z-Pack's Cuban fiber hammock tarp. To be honest, I don't like the looks of it as much as a sil nylon tarp. The abrasion resistance isn't wonderful, but super light, weighs like 5 ounces, has good coverage, the tie-outs are in the right location. Pitches well, so been happy with it. I still have a sil nylon one I take sometimes if I don't care about a little extra weight. This is Underquilt by Little Shop of Hammocks. It's a great little Canadian company, James Jackson out of Saskatchewan, and he also made me the Vaporlight hammock, about 10 ounces for everything, and does the job just perfect. No difference than a hammock that weighs twice as much. The fabric is a little bit thinner, of course, a little bit more slippery, but for me, I actually like the little bit of stretch in it, which makes it more comfortable. So, my packrafting gear. Gonna stuff these two dry bags now, and I'll show you how I inflate the boat. So how these bags work is pretty slick. Just have to use it. Make sure it's clean. R1 in first. I like to keep the weight around my hips depending what type of water I'm doing. If you're a little heavier, you probably want to put the weight further to the bow just to balance it up. Because of the flat edges, it'll sit nice on the ground while you're pumping up the boat. Alright, so I had to put my tripod away because it's in the boat, but you can see the dry bag sitting nicely there, flat in the tube. Trying to bring out the secret weapon. Fits nicely inside my life jacket pocket here. be the first to admit that I was a little skeptical when I first saw this, because I'm a big fan of the inflation bags. That's what I've always used. I'm fast at them. Never had a problem with them. But if you're a packrafter who really doesn't do any other kind of boating, you end up using your Packraft for roadside runs and that sort of thing. I was always using a K-pump, which I had anyways for my inflatable canoe and for my dinghy on the sailboat and everything, so I would end up using that half the time anyways when I didn't need to hike in, so I figured this was worth a try. It's actually really small, fits in my life jacket pocket. You can see I got a small hand, and it's not that big. It's got a lithium ion battery. It's not that heavy. I don't know what the exact specs are, but I'm sure they're on the website. I didn't realize it the first time I looked at it, but it's yeah, it's a rechargeable lithium ion battery. You can see there's a USB port there, so that's kind of handy, because it's supposed to last like 60 hours or something ridiculous, which is more than a guy would ever need. But even if it didn't, usually I'm carrying some sort of USB battery bank for, so I use my phone to take pictures and video and that sort of thing. Another new goodie from Kokopelli is this pressure gauge cap for the leaf field valves. And do you need it? Not really, but it's kind of cool. It'll give you an idea if you're losing pressure, and it'll give you an idea what you're getting overpressure from the sun or something. Works off solar and works even when it's cloudy, rainy out, so it doesn't take much juice. It comes with a bunch of little fancy ends, but you don't really need it for using on a Packraft. Just stick this end in like that. So you're not doing the final pressure up with it anyways, you're just doing it like you would with the inflation bag. So you just want to make sure your valve is open, just like you would with the inflation bag, and then it just sits there nice and tight. You'll be able to tell, not tight, but nice and easy. You'll be able to tell if it's working. Really quite good. The tricky thing is at the very end, making sure you reset your valve. There we go, now it's actually sealed right away. Okay, so that's like 15 seconds runtime. So you know, if this thing runs for 60 minutes, you'll be good for weeks. Okay, but it's not pressured up yet. But that's, you know, it's better than you'll get with the inflation bag, just because it's a little faster to get the valve shut. But you still got to top out up by mouth and temper it the same as you would. And so just topped it up by mouth. Make sure the seat is, the inflatable floor is seated properly. And I'm still gonna pump it up more once I can get down to the water and cool it off. But you know, 2.5 pounds of pressure. Usually you can do between 2.5 and 3 just by mouth, but no point trying too hard until I can temper it. Once you temper it and can use the sun to your advantage, you can get about 5 pounds of air in there without a pump. How I temper my boat is I stick it in the water, then I just splash the whole thing with my paddle. And I found that's the quickest way, especially if you have some wind, because you get evaporative cooling. You can roll the boat around in the water, but you can't really sink it all to get it all wet. So just splash her up, give it a second, and then put some more air in.
Down in the dungeon is all we know, where the shining light, we never go into the open. As far as you can see it, wasting there on big bright destiny. Don't you feel like breaking free? Open your eyes, embrace what you see now. Don't you feel like cutting loose? Yeah,
so it's flat for a bit, but it looks like there's a ramp coming up. If you can see that. basically a lake here that pulls up before we get to the next waterfall. So it's raining slightly, a bit overcast. Really not a bad day. See, now the boat is tempered. The sun comes out, it's at 6.2 pounds. Very rigid, just by just finished crossing the last lake and coming up to the last waterfall. I think it's relatively small. Might be able to run it. So good news, it's not really a waterfall. More of just a cascading drop. So it looks like I'll be able to run it. A little disappointing not being able to run the Ramparts, but this will be a suitable consolation prize, I guess. Had 3 vehicles drive by me so far. No luck. Apparently I look a little suspicious. Must be the beard.